This secular rotation that we've been waiting for the past 3 years from credit into equities still has a long time to go.
How would you describe the movements of the central banks at present?
Well, central bank movements have been diverging for quite a while now, and this is due to the fact that every different central bank responds to its goals, which may be differing from every macro regions, and also that have to apply to the particular macro situation in every region. Therefore, in the United States, the analysts of the Fed have seen a break through this tunnel that was ongoing since 2008, and since the second half of 2015, they've seen that the two goals of the Federal Reserve, which namely a 2% inflation rate and maximum employment, were being reached. And so they suggested that for the economy not to overheat, was preferable to start hiking rates. Now, these movements from the Federal Reserve had an opposite move from the European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan, who were in fact dealing with a sluggish market, with an ongoing recessions, and so we had a really diverging approach to the same problem. This has had an immediate effect on foreign exchange. The greenback has strengthened dramatically against other currencies. But then the enrollment of events made it dubious whether the Fed was too fast in hiking rates. And so this may dictate now for the Fed to pause and even to trace back the movements previously taken, and the hawkish sentiment is probably reversing into a dovish one, and this is why now we're seeing the dollars losing back again, and even US Treasury yield retracing.
Absolutely. So considering this climate of uncertainty, have you got any recommendations that you would give investors that are watching?
This is the usual $1 million question to which it's very difficult to give an answer. I mean, we touched base with the central banks' diverging behavior. We touched base with the price of oil and its impact on the overall economy. We certainly didn't have time to go deep enough into the Chinese slowdown and its spillover effect into the economy. We didn't have time to delve enough into emerging markets or even to touch base with anything that is Brexit or US election cycle, or more generally the geopolitical situation, which are all sources for uncertainties. Now, whenever there is a market uncertainty in the market, of course, gold takes back an important part into a balanced portfolio. And this is even more true nowadays when there is a zero or negative yield world, and so there is no cost of carrying gold in the portfolio. But what we have to consider is whether all these factors are not too aggressively priced, and the negativity is therefore excessive for what it should be. And in my opinion, credit still has a very important part and an important role to play into a sound and balanced portfolio. Now, it is true that I believe that in the high yield sector, we will experience an increase into the default rates, and particularly in the energy sector. But other sectors are still very sound and do offer great value. If we consider convertible, for example, convertibles have lost 71% of convertible have lost approximately 20% of their value. Now, history tells us that when such a dislocation happens in the market, within the next 12 months, we may expect these same securities to gain in excess of 16%, something really worth considering when you balance your portfolio. And also, other credit clusters do offer great value. So if I have to give my belief and my message to the investors today, is that this secular rotation that we've been waiting for the past 3 years from credit into equities still has a long time to go, and fund managers and institutionals and even the particulars should consider allocating an important part of their portfolio into credit strategies.
Okay, thank you so much for coming in then and sharing your insights with us.
Thank you, Jessica. It was a pleasure to stay with you today.
Thank you. Well, that's all from myself and Fabio, but for all the latest Giugoscopy updates and exclusive interviews, keep clicking back to Giugoscopy TV. Goodbye for now.